Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we'll be doing some procedural animation using grease pencil objects and the noise modifier in the graph editor. If you find the video useful, please like and subscribe. So let's start by adding an armature. Let's rename this bone as root and move it to the bottom of the car. So once you have this, you can then select it and press Shift D. This will duplicate the bone and resize it to about here. This will control the tires plus the shadow at the bottom. Plus Shift D again. Okay, let's rename this bone to tires. And this one to car. Let's create another one for the smoke. And this is clipping, so let's move it on the Y. Let's resize this a bit. Let's create one for the bulb at the top and another one for the rays that are coming out of that bulb. Let's rig the character as well. One for the head and then one for the hat. And one for the cigarette. Okay, so let's rename them. Let's now create the relationships. So the shadows, these will move independent of the car. So I want the car to bounce around when it's like going forward. So the tires will stay stuck to the ground, and the shadow obviously will be on the ground as well. So this will have a direct relation to the root. So the bulb, this will be related to the root bone. And the glows will be related to the bulb. Okay, so the carbon, this needs to be related to the root bone as well. And then the head, this goes to the carbon. And then cigarette and the hat, they go to the head bone, or rather the driver bone. The smoke bone, this is has a relation to the carbon. So now let's test it out. Okay, so bones, all the bones related to the car, they move around. legs, all the bones. So this looks good. So for weight painting, let's select the grease pencil object, shift select the armature, press Ctrl P, and let's create some empty grooves. So now if you select the grease pencil object and go into the vertex groups on the data tab, you can see that this has created all the empty grooves. Now we need to, so this also included the root bone. We don't want that, so let's select the armature again, go into edit mode, select the root bone, and in the bone properties, deselect deform. Let's delete the root vertex group. Now we need to assign the objects to their appropriate vertex group. For that, let's go into the edit mode. And now we need to make selections. So the shadow, if you hover on the vertex and press L, it's going to select the whole object. So now in the layers, let's mark auto inactive layers to auto lock. So the layers that I select, those are going to be selectable in the edit mode. The extra vertices won't be selected. So if I try to select the tires and the shadow, I'll highlight the tires layer. Then in the in the viewport, press A, and this will select all the vertices for tires. Go into the layers and let's assign this to tires. Same goes for shadow. Highlight car shadow, press A, and then assign it to the tires group. Okay, so the car shadow, this is not going to be the part of the tires. This needs to be the part of the car. So I'm going to remove it from tires. Okay, once we are done with the weight painting, we can then move to the procedural animation. So I want the car to uh, go up and down like so. So this will be random motion, and the smoke, this needs to uh, shrink and then grow. So this will give the illusion of the smoke going out from the exhaust. And similarly, I want the cigarette to rotate a bit randomly, and then the hat as well. So these are subtle animations which will just breathe a little bit of a life in an otherwise static movement of the car. So let's begin. Okay, so for car, we know that it's going to go up and down. So for that, let's enable the N panel and go into the items. So for animation, I'm just going to insert keyframe only to the parameters that I want to animate. So if this goes up and down, this is going in the X direction. Move to the beginning of the animation and then hover on X, press right click and insert a single keyframe. So this is going to only insert keyframe on the X parameter. As you can see in the graph editor, it just has the visible X location as the animatable parameter. So similarly for the head, I'm just going to animate the Z parameter. Before we do that, let's select all of the bones and then press Alt, and on the Cartesian, let's move it to XYZ either. So for the head bone, we can then just animate the Z parameter for the rotation. So let's insert a keyframe, single keyframe on Z. For the smoke, we're going to animate X and Y scale. And for the light, again Z rotation. And for the glows on the top, scale X and Y. Similarly for the hat, Z rotation. For cigarette as well. And the shadow, that's going to remain on the ground, so I don't think that needs to be animated, but it's up to you. Once we're done, let's then go to the graph editor. And for the car, let's now go to the X parameter. Let's add a noise modifier. And so if we play now, this is what's going on. But as you can see, this is like really quick and fast. So this is a cartoon animation, but still this doesn't look good. So let's increase the scale and reduce the strength. So let's do the same for the smoke. And again for the head. Do the same for the cigarette. And the head. So for the light, we're going to animate the Z rotation. Let's add a noise modifier to it as well. Let's do the same for the glow. If you like select multiple parameters and then press Alt, assign a noise modifier, and keep pressing the Alt button and then reduce the scale or whatever changes you make to the noise modifier parameters is going to apply to both the X and Y scale. So now your the car is it is giving an illusion of moving. So, but we need to animate the environment as well. So let's create some streaks that go along from the right to the left of the image. Let's go to the object mode and let's create a plane. Let's move it on the y-axis so it's in front of the car. While selecting the plane, let's go into shading. And let's create a new material. Add a noise texture. And if you have Node Wrangler installed, you can press Ctrl T. So let's modify the noise modifier, create a 2D noise, and scale set it to 0.9, detail to 0.6, roughness to about 0.2, and lastly to 2.3. So now add a color ramp. The color goes into the factor, and then the output of the color goes into the base color of the principled BSCF and the alpha to alpha. Okay, so we need to change the color ramp. So on the right control, let's reduce the alpha to 0. Now you can see that this is giving some noise. Let's adjust the scale as well. So the Y scale needs to go to 24. This creates streaks, and let's move the color ramp rightmost control to about here. Let's change the interpolation to constant. So this creates these streaks that we can then animate. So these are like really dense. We need to change that. This looks good. So if we now change the X, you can see that this is like go across the image which we want. So for the animation, I'm going to create a 120 frame animation. So this is already set to 120. If not, you can set it to 120. And once this keyframe is at 1, we can go to 120 and change this to 15. So if we now play the animation, this is what we are looking at. You can change the density of the streaks to your liking. It's all up to you. So this is what the final product is. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'll put the finished file in the video description. You can download it from there. And hope you liked the video. If you did, like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. See ya.